Now that Art Fight is back in full swing for the month of July, I found myself struggling with the artistic process as thousands of other artists are probably doing this time of year too. I want to make art that people like, art that people can get invested in, art that can survive and hold its ground against an increasingly hostile culture toward it. I want to believe the hours I've put in has accumulated to something, that this is the thing I'm good at, an answer to the question of what do I do with my life, a conclusive statement. If you're anything like me, Art Fight begins with a burst of energy lasting maybe 2 days before a crash. At first, your new understanding of art since last year allows you to make the best quality work you've ever done, but then your own expectations rise, and now you have to grapple with the very real fact that you hit your current peak in a very short amount of time. Something has become wrong again, which is upsetting because this event only happens 1 month of the year. The things that hold me back from publishing a piece of art are the following. Nothing looks as good as I want it to look, and nothing is made as fast as I want it to be made. A comic that would take a week to make an issue of, a singular piece of art with awkward framing, line art that looked better when you made it 5 hours ago. Those two sentiments plainly suck. They don't help you. They come from a place of wanting more for less, of fear of being left behind, of a misunderstanding of why people engage in art at all. I'm not calling you or I a bad person for feeling this way, just that there is a bigger picture that we're all missing. Culturally, these recent years have been defined by their shortcuts. When you write, you can choose to use a pen and paper, or use spell checking and grammar checking, writing on an online document that can format any number of desired pages, using tools which can cite sources in MLA for you, templates to preset the look of your document, and now which has ultimately progressed to generative AI writing your paper for you. Even right here on my Notepad application, I can choose to use the write and rewrite buttons, which I'm sure do exactly as advertised. Some of this, I understand, are accessibility conveniences. I will never advocate against speech-to-text, nor ask someone to cut down the tree for the paper themselves. The point is that these shortcuts have become pervasive. They just do the thing for you without critical thought, such that it becomes hard to understand the significance of what really happened at all. The result is that, as an artist, the standard has been set. If your work is not comparable to what a Wojak with AI can do in 3 seconds, then what's the point? Now your new goal is to internalize your own generate button, and get to a point where you yourself perform like an AI despite condemning the existence of it. Therefore the process, the motions to try things out, of setting up your work desk, of painting with your brush, becomes the thing that holds you back. AI, although important, isn't even necessary to this conversation. There are plenty of people who have been doing the thing that you're doing, longer than you. And plenty of them are smarter than you too. You want to catch up, but there's a significant skill gap to jump that you wish you could bridge tomorrow. A common interaction with popular artists is to ask what softwares they use, what brushes they use, what frame rate's the best for their animation project. Perhaps it's innocently sharing ideas between creatives, but they're also trivial questions with simple answers. It's shortcut seeking. Maybe I can't exactly draw the line in the sand myself, but I'm sure there is a line. A common idiom attributed to Malcolm Gladwell is that it takes about 10,000 hours to become a master at a skill, and the cosmic joke is that you can't literally make the time go faster. All you can do is shave off hours, optimizing out parts of the process that are too difficult, as if you were never going to spend those 10,000 hours anyway. You can argue about the length of time it takes to become a master, whether it's 5,000 or 10,000 or 25,000, but that's also missing the point. The point is that you're just not going to see results tomorrow, or the next day, every day. We all have shifting lives. In some way, we can't afford to wait, because we need money and we have ideas and we don't know where we'll be next season. Yet, that doesn't realistically change anything about the hobby. To an extent, it's still going to take time to learn whether you have a stable income or not. That's the other rough part. You have to meet it where it's at, or else you'll always be asking too much of it. Ultimately, I think it just comes down to commitment. It's not the things you're learning, it's the way that you're learning. Your vows have been poisoned, and now you divorce your wife every time you have to talk to her, and you remarry when you realize she took all your things. You have to like the process, you have to love the process. Art is the process. When you start complaining about the process, you start losing the plot, you start bending, you start giving into an idea that your skill is not as deserving of the effort you're putting in. You can't go looking for ways to make it easier all the time. You have to like it because it's hard. Maybe it doesn't look the best right now, maybe it takes a while to make. But when Elon Musk fucks up the power grid and fries all the electronics, who's going to be the one that makes the inflation art then? You. Because you didn't throw the baby out with the bicycle pump. You have to steel yourself. God forbid you start liking your work a bit more. Anyway. if I publish this before July ends, which may be likely, I don't know. You can catch me at CatboyAjax on Artfight. Happy Artfight!